Well, I'm going to introduce you another very important topic of your syllabus, the vitamins, and going through the definitions and classification. Before that, I would like to tell you the importance of this topic. When I started with you in the beginning of your session, I handed over to each of you the syllabus of University of Health Sciences for MBBS first year class, subject to biochemistry. And along with that syllabus, I also provided you the table of specification, TOS. Now, what is the importance of syllabus and TOS? I would like to go through again today for the reason that when the session was started, the students then coming and upgraded, going to different colleges again, new students coming. What I have noticed from your messages on the WhatsApp that the newcomer students, they are not aware how to proceed. So for those students, I would like to repeat it today again that we will be going exactly according to the syllabus of the University of Health Sciences. And the copy of that syllabus, the photocopy of that syllabus, I have handed over to every one of you when I came in the beginning of your session in the class. And I stressed you to keep this copy with you because this is important that we will be going exactly according to the syllabus. And along with syllabus, I also gave you another paper that is table of specification. Now, what is table of specification? Table of specification is that table which is indicating the importance of every topic, telling you how many MCQs and how many SCQs will be coming in the university examination from each topic. And in that context, I would like to now tell you today that the vitamin going to start has got the maximum weightage. If you look, that document table of specification is with you. Open that and look there, the number of MCQ and the number of SCQ, the maximum weightage, almost 14 and a half mark question will be coming in this chapter, in the university examination. The paper setter is bound to follow table of specification. So whatsoever is with you in table of specification, that is the final, and your paper will be according to table of specification. So what I want to tell you is the importance of this topic, the vitamins. I'm going to start with you. There are different other topics got big weightages, but when I'm talking to those topics, I will individually tell you the importance of those topics, but you can also see yourself if you like that. Now the vitamins, it's a very interesting topic, and even laymen, they try to know what the vitamins are, and if we define, they are the organic compounds occurring in natural foods either as such or utilizable precursors, which are required in minute amount. I stress, vitamins, they are needed in minute amount for normal growth, maintenance, and reproduction. For example, for normal nutritional and health. So this is a broad definition that these are the organic compound and they are not synthesized in the body. They are not, there is no synthesis of these vitamins in the body, so have to be provided in the diet So, when talking, we can say that they differ from the other organic foodstuff or compound is that they do not enter into the tissue structure unlike protein. This is important. Number two, do not undergo degradation for providing energy unlike carbohydrates and lipids. You see, when you will be going to the metabolisms of carbohydrate, you will see that they are going for the breakdown, and then after breakdown they produce energy in the form of ATP. But these vitamins, they do not go degradation for providing energy. And third, they also act as the coenzymes. You know, the enzymes and then the coenzymes. They have different biochemical reactions. The function of the coenzyme is to help the different biochemical reaction in the body. They also differ from the hormones in being in not being produced within the organism. Because the hormones, they are produced in the organism, but they are not. And most of them have to be provided in the diet. Now, before going further detail, I would also like to share this diagram with you. This is in contrast to the nutrition. And if we see the word mentioned here, nutrients, when we call the nutrients, if we list those nutrients, number one is the carbohydrate, number two is fat, number three is protein, number four is the vitamins, then coming the minerals, and then or at the last is the water. If you see number 1, 2, and 3, that is the carbohydrate, fats, and protein, these are the nutrients needed in larger quantity. So, you know, carbohydrate you take daily, how much carbohydrate to be taken is mentioned in the chart, and definitely when we'll be teaching you, we'll let you know that. And similarly, fats, the quantity needed for as per body weight, the protein needed as per body weight in different age groups, childhood different, elder different, and young different. Then coming to, and these nutrients, 1, 2, 3, carbohydrate, fat, and protein, they are the macronutrients. We call them macro because needed in larger quantity. But my today topic, that is vitamins, coming to the topic of the vitamins and minerals, of course, we have gone through the minerals. These two, they are needed in small amount, the small quantity. So they are known as the micronutrients. And of course, water is needed in the body. Now, what functions these nutrients are performing? Let's see. If we see the carbohydrate is providing energy. As told you, after breakdown, they provide energy in the form of ATP. Similarly, fat, they also provide in the energy. They are helpful for the production of the energy production. And protein, on one hand, they are energy production, and on the other hand, they are protection against infections. They help in the protection against infections. And of course, for the third function, they perform bodybuilding. That is, they help in proteins, help in the body. Coming to the vitamins topic under discussion today, on one hand, protection, they provide protection against infection, and on the other hand, the regulation of the tissue functions. I told you some of the vitamins, they act as the coenzyme, and this is how they are helpful in the regulation of the tissue functions. And of course, the minerals you have already gone through, bodybuilding, and then gaining regulation of the tissue functions. So, giving you the outview of the nutrients and then particularly stressing you on the functions of the vitamin again. After definition, this is the functions I'm talking of the nutrients, and in that particular function of the vitamins, this is what I have told you. After that, let's proceed to the classification of the vitamins. Very interestingly, the vitamins have been classified, and this classification is given on the page number 373 of your book, Lippincott Biochemistry. I mentioned it is given on page number 373, book of Lippincott. That if you open that book, you will find this diagram there. If you look very clearly, the classification, the vitamins, they have been classified into two forms. Number one is the water soluble, and second is the fat soluble. Vitamins divided into two groups, that is the water soluble group and the fat soluble. You see, in the fat soluble group, there are four vitamins. Vitamin A, that is also known as the retinol or the beta carotenes. Second is vitamin D, cholecalciferol. Vitamin 3, vitamin K, that is also in the list of the fat soluble vitamin. And vitamin 4 is the vitamin E, that is also very important vitamin, that is tocopherols, that is in the list of the fat soluble. So I repeat that the vitamins divided into two groups. Number one, water soluble. Number two, fat soluble. And in the fat soluble list, there are four vitamins: vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, vitamin E, and they are all very important as far as their functions are concerned. You see, what happened? The deficiency of these, if there is any deficiency of the one of these vitamins, we will be looking when going individually each vitamin in detail that what deficiency problems are there. In case of deficiency, the diseases occur. In case of deficiency, there are symptoms which are very much very clearly coming up, and the doctor has to prescribe these vitamins for their functions of the body. Now these four vitamins A, D, E, K, they are termed as fat soluble. They are released, absorbed and transported. I stress, they are released, absorbed, they are transported with dietary fat. I repeat it again, they are released, absorbed and transported in kilomicrons with dietary fat. They are not readily excreted. Second very important point, these fat soluble vitamins, they are not readily excreted, and significant quantities are stored in the liver and adipose tissues. So these are main features what I am telling you of these vitamins, that they are not readily excreted and significant quantities are stored in the liver and adipose tissue. So definitely we'll be talking individual vitamins, and then looking how they are further taking part in different biochemical reactions. I want to give you one tip here, that whenever you go for the study of any vitamin, either fat soluble or water soluble, when after definition, we have to go through the sources of these vitamins in the body. So when talking of the sources, keep two things in mind. That in every vitamin, in case of every vitamin, you boldly write down number one, the vegetable source, and number two, the animal source. In case of every vitamin, write down vegetable source and the animal source. Also in case water soluble, there is also animal source and the vegetable source. So this is very good. Whenever you are going to describe any vitamin, you can very easily think that from which vegetable that vitamin is present. For example, that is vitamin A, beta carotenes are present in the carrots. Very rightly. It is so. Vegetables are good source of vitamin. Similarly, other vitamin E to phosphorus is very good source of vegetable. That is cabbage is one source. That is very good source. That is present in the vegetable form. And when talking of the animal form, I tell you one thing: the animal form, your sea fish, your all type of fish, your egg and particularly egg yolk, then the meat of red meat containing different type. The white meat is also important for providing these vitamins. So these are, and then of course your nuts and seeds. They also provide good source of vitamin. They are also the good source of vitamin. So you see, this is information which is very much common, and everybody is now knowing that the sources of vitamin, what are the sources of vitamin. Now coming to the water soluble vitamins, they are water soluble vitamins and precursors of many of the enzyme of the intermediate metabolism. They are not stored in the body as case of fat soluble. They are very easily excreted out in the urine. Very interesting. The water soluble vitamins, they are excreted in the urine, excreted out from the body in the urine, uh, different from the fat soluble because that fat soluble is not excreted. Water soluble, if you look into this chart, water soluble vitamins then again further divided into two groups, that is the non-B complex and B complex. Let me talk, because there is only one vitamin coming under the heading of non-B complex, that is the ascorbic acid. Vitamin C, also known as the ascorbic acid. It is not part of B complex, it is separate. You know, you all of know very well. Vitamin C sources, when I say vegetable sources, you know, the oranges, the lemon, all the citrus fruit very rich in vitamin C. Then fruits, they are also, guava particularly, we're talking very rich in vitamin C. Then other fruits, they contain vitamin C. And similarly, the vegetable also are the sources of vitamin C. And I'll tell you one thing, that if there is a deficiency of this water-soluble vitamin C, very famously we say there is, generally talking of the disease, there is bleeding from the gums, and that is due to the vitamin C deficiency. It also plays very biochemical important role, but when we'll be talking individually in detail, I'll let you know that. Now, this was the non-B complex. Now coming to the B complex group, you see in this diagram, this has mentioned there are about 9 to 10 vitamins coming under the heading of the B complex. Number 1, thiamine. Number 2, and B1, it is also known as B1. Thiamine is B1. Riboflavin, vitamin B2. Then 3, niacin, vitamin B3. Biotin, it's very important. It plays very important role in the biochemical reaction. And I tell you one thing, it's very interesting that this biotin is very important for healthy hairs and healthy nails, healthy skin. You will see in the markets the preparation and the available very costly biotin, and written on those is that these are for the good hair growth, the good nail growth, and very healthy looking, healthy skin. And particularly the people conscious of their hair, they go and take such preparations. So biotin is very important. Then is the pantothenic acid. So I repeat the thiamine, B1, riboflavin, niacin, that is vitamin B3, biotin, pantothenic acid. Then is the folic acid, again very important. This vitamin is, and particularly this folic acid deficiency is one of the reasons of anemia in the body. The people looking pale, there are other problems also, and folic acid is deficient, and that creates problem. In nowadays, the COVID-19 is going on, and there is certain um, people talking in favor of folic acid, that this folic acid, it helps the brush-like structure in the lungs, it helps the virus to pulled out of the if those organs are very healthy, and folic acid is playing very important role there. So it's again, on one hand, anemic, people need folic acid, and then again going when detail will let you know. Then is vitamin B12. Cyanocobalamin is another name of this, though it's not mentioned here, it is like that. So these were, and third group which is there is the paradox, that is B6, paradoxin, vitamin B6, paradoxin. So the B complex group, 9, 10 vitamins under coming this. But this book at page number 373, Lippincott, he has given another heading for different B complex. One heading is, you look, is energy release. And under these, it has given that they help in those reactions which releases energy. Directly they are not producing any energy. Then second group is the hemo, that is mentioning two vitamins under this, that is the hematopoietic B complex. Sometimes there is question in the university exam, that is name the that is hematopoietic vitamins, and then you have to write down folic acid and vitamin B12. I'm asking different forms also in there, but anyhow, so these are those vitamins which are coming under that heading, and other are, this is the B6 and like that. So this is an overall view I have mentioned you regarding the vitamins, their classification. They are very important as a nutrient. They are very important for different body functions. As I told you, not synthesized in the body. They have to be provided in the diet. And the water-soluble vitamins, even if taken in excess, no harm, they can be excreted. They are excreted out in the urine, whereas fat-soluble vitamins, they are not excreted as such. They are stored in the liver and other tissues. So this is a journal view I mentioned, and after that, we will be taking each vitamin individually.